Okay, here we are back. Bob Greska. Speaking of encouragement, Bob Greska's C60 is incredible. It is nano. It's the only nano tool we have to fight a nano threat. And I'm not going to go any further than that, but I'll leave it up to you to connect the dots. I take this every single day, and I am fine, thank goodness. And I don't, for a moment, discount Greska's Carbon-60 as playing a role. I take all my products that are on the site for you, and they work. They work wonderfully. Hello, Bob. Welcome back.
Yeah, hey, Jeff. I'm glad to be back here on your show. I'm glad to hear you talk to Judy. That's a stellar gal right there, I'll tell you.
Yeah. So's Erica Kahn. There's another one.
Yeah, another one. Yeah, they're right
top
up there.
Top drawer.
Top drawer. Yep, they are. Well, we're gonna talk today about, of course, the Carbon-60 helps many people with many health issues. It's amazing. I mean, you talk about, maybe detoxing will help. Carbon's a known detoxifier. It's been used for purifying water, cleaning up the toxins in your stomach, like poisons or anything like that you might have accidentally ingested. So it's a very good as far as removing all the toxins. So we're going to talk about liver and kidneys today and Carbon-60 and how, and we've got a couple guests coming on, I guess you have later coming on that are going to talk about it, how it's helped them out. So
see, liver and kidneys, I want everyone to keep that in mind. This kill shot that whatever brand you're talking about, you got the AstraZeneca and the J&J are apparently the adenovirus platform. Then the Moderna and Pfizer are using the mRNA with the nanotech on it. It looks like the Moderna, Pfizer are going to prevail in the long run, but they're giving the AstraZeneca away in Europe now. They're giving it away.
Oh, wow.
Because nobody wants it. Too many clots, too many deaths. They've been killing a lot of people with these things. They're not vaccines. We know that now. What did I say on the first day we started talking about this long ago? I said it's not a vaccine. It's a carrier. Look at the video at the top of the homepage if you want to see what's being carried into the bodies of those who are being injected. That's a machine you're looking at, a biological machine. No question. Producing something, and those little somethings are very smart. They're going up to the top of the video in the image and going into a tube or a tunnel, and they're going somewhere. And that's just one little magnification of a vial of the Pfizer vax. So there you go. Okay, kidney and livers, essential. Go ahead, Bob.
Well, it's funny that you mention that because I think the Moderna and Pfizer have a positively charged nanolipid particle. And the Carbon-60 actually is a great product as far as, liberating electrons, which are negatively charged. So when those positive charged nanolipids get inside your cell, the carbon will help neutralize those positive charges because everything in your cell is lined basically with negative charges. Your nucleus, your mitochondria, the inside lining of your cells, they're all negatively charged and too many positives in there. So the carbon with this negative could very well help, and it's small enough to definitely get in your cell, and it's small enough to work at the mitochondrial level. These things are tiny compared to the mitochondria. So maybe this will help. I don't know. We'll have to see on that.
I've said for a long, long time, I've been a big proponent of magnetic mattress pads. I have one on my chair. I have a magnetic chair pad on it's the same as the mattress pad. And it's pointed negative north toward my body. The negative north is known as the healing polarity. And I want to underscore that because of the point you just made, that most of your cells are negatively charged. And when you give them negative magnetic energy, which is what it is, they thrive. And that's why these negatively charged mattress pads are so effective. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, we want to talk about improving the quality of your life. This product can be used topically, and it penetrates through the skin. They're small enough to go through your skin, muscles, bones, ligaments, and get right into your organs. Even I'll give a couple examples here. Since we're talking about kidneys and liver, and I can speak of this because this was actually happened to my dad. My dad had a very low kidney function. He was not on dialysis. He was at a total kidney function of 14%. And so they went into monitoring him every 3 months. He'd go in for a test, and he started taking the Carbon-60 about 2 months before his next test. So it's somewhere in there, like 2 months.
Right.
And he went in for his next test, and he was up to 44% kidney function.
Over what period of time? 2 months?
Over about 2 months. It was between, it was 1 to 3 months because it was between his 2 months tests he started taking it.
That is a stunning improvement.
Yeah. 14% barely almost on dialysis, and 44% he was, clear sailing at that point. Not a problem. Yeah. And I've got another gentleman. Now, this guy was a stem cell doctor in Australia, and he had a dog that was having kidney failure. He was going to put it down, and he said, before I put it down, let me try Bob's Carbon-60. 2 weeks later, that dog was running around like a puppy. Not a problem. Yeah, just amazing. So it's all about these free radicals, these molecules missing an electron. The carbon provides an electron, turns that molecule back on, so now it functions, it works properly, and contributes to your body, and now your body has enough energy to mend itself. Which is basically what happens. Your body will bend itself if it's not drained all the time.
Wow. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. To bring a kidney back to function is a miracle. That is truly amazing.
Yeah, well, you wait till you hear the stories coming up here a little bit later in your show here. I think you're going to be amazed. I'm amazed. I'm amazed every day with this product. I mean, I'm not, it just personally, it just, it gets to you. You get choked up. You hear these people that have such great benefits with it. And it's not rocket science. It's material science, because I'm a materials engineer. I'm not a biologist. It's just a clean, round, nano-sized, very small, 20 nanometer. You can fit 250,000 of these inside the shell of a red blood cell. That's how small they are. And each one of these 200, each one of them can, carry an electron or two electrons and share it with your body, and then leave down a scaffolding of carbon at that point for new tissue or new cells to regenerate on. Carbon is a good seed, a nucleation site, for tissues to generate on. So it helps very much in that way also.
Wow. You are rapidly turning into Mr. Carbon. You know more about this, as much about this as anybody on the planet, I would think, at this point. And you're learning more all the time. That's got to be fun.
Yeah. It's funny. Years ago, I was, worked in carbon so much. My neighborhood friends called me Carbon Bob. That was like 30, 40 years ago, and that kind of stuck, Carbon Bob.
Really?
But that's funny. There was 30, 40, and I'm sure if they ever tune in here, they're still going to have a chuckle because they remember me as Carbon Bob. Those are some, out in Colorado, they were, cowboys and ranchers and stuff like that, and kind of a little roughnecks, but they remember me. I used to hang out with them a little bit, so it was kind of funny.
That's good. That's a fun one.
Now, don't forget. Now, this is for the Rense audience only. We're having exclusive. We got an 8-day trial size, and it's just pay shipping and handling. We'll send you out a small bottle. Shipping is paid. It's $10. So that covers the cost for our shipping and handling, and you get a small package in the mail in about 3 or 4 days. And it's a small bottle, and you just can squirt it in your mouth, 5 squirts per day, and take it for 8 days. That's all we ask. Give it a try and see the results. Notice what you see yourself. Apply a little bit of it topically. I mean, that works really quick. You can see some results or feel them fairly quickly. But anyway, so this is exclusive for Jeff.
Go ahead, Bob. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's exclusive for Jeff on his show. So any listener wants to, they can either call in, they could call our main office line, which is 720-600-6040, or they can visit our website and go to the Rense landing page, and that's c-60.com. That's a c-60.com/Rense. And that'll get you there, too, and then you can get the exclusive offer for $10.
I'm amazed at this. Now, you mentioned 4 or 5. Are you using a smaller eyedropper, or is this the same size?
No, this actually, it comes in a little pump squirt bottle, so it's got a squirt dispenser.
I get you.
Yeah. The dropper is good on the bigger bottle, and that's our standard bottle, but the pump squirt's a small. You just squirt it 5 times in your mouth. You don't have to, open the bottle and get the dropper.
It's a little spray bottle.
Yeah, it's a spray bottle. Basically. But it comes out in a stream because the oil has viscosity and surface tension. So it doesn't come out like a spray. It comes out in a stream, and you just squirt it in your mouth. It's real convenient, really easy to use.
Okay, all of you out there, 8-day trial, $10. You're just paying for shipping and handling. That's it. So I'd like all of you to try this. For you, not for me, for you, so you can get the benefits of it. This is going to work whether you want it to or not. It's one of those. It's like the rest of the products I have. They work whether you want them to. You have nothing to say. If you use the product, they're going to benefit you. All right? Not saying there's going to be a miraculous turnaround for everyone. We don't talk about that. But it will work for you whether you wish it to or not. It just will. This is physics. It's science. 8-day trial size. Just pay $10. Go ahead. Give them the information again. Sorry.
You can call us direct on our office line, which is 720-600-6040. That's
tomorrow?
720-600-6040. Yeah, tomorrow is a good time. Everybody's out of the office here except for me, which is nice. It's quiet. But 720-600-6040 or our website c-60.com /Rense. And that'll get you there. Yeah, I think you'll like it. Try it. I mean, you won't regret it. I guarantee it with my whole heart. The stuff works. It's miraculous.
Yeah, it has no taste. It's beautiful sunflower oil, and it's got no solvents. Most Carbon-60 products are produced with solvents, unfortunately. And that's something you don't want anything to do with. I'm not saying it's toxic. I'm not saying it'll kill you. I'm just saying you don't need solvents in your system. You need sunflower oil, which is what Bob uses. And it's actually a rather delightful taste. It's a very interesting taste. It's not harsh at all. It's very mild. It kind of feels right, the taste. It's a very interesting thing you've done here. You're going to be a rich man one day. Don't forget me.
Oh, no. What was your name again?
That's Rense, like dense with an R. Just think of dense. You get it.
That's a good one. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, so there's a couple of good people coming up after here, and you get to see what's going on, and I think you enjoy them very much. The thing is, the beauty of the carbon, it's a natural detoxifier. This is broken down to a very small spherical biocompatible. It's not a shard of glass or anything. These things are round. So, and they can penetrate through your skin, get into the cell itself. Very easily penetrated.
Oh, they go right through the cells.
Yeah, they go right through. And any toxin which is positively charged, this will cling onto it and provide an electron and negate the fact that toxin is there anymore. Like any heavy metals, or anything you've been exposed to that's considered a toxin. That's what a toxin is. It's an electron stealer. Comes in your body trying to steal electrons. That's the definition of a toxin. So this is an electron provider. It neutralizes the molecules. It stabilizes the ones that a stolen electron off of, and it also gives an electron to toxins. So it's a 1-2 punch.
Very good. Very good. All right. Let's say hello to our first guest, Bob. Thank you very much again for everything. I think this offer is it's too good. I hope all of you take advantage of this. Seriously.
And that was Rense, right? R-E-N-S-E?
D-E-N-S-E. Dense. Dense. All right. Thank you, Bob. Talk to you soon.
Okay. Thank you, Jeff.
All right. Good night. Okay. I've got a couple people that want to come on now. And we're going to get started with the first one. Then we'll have to take a break in maybe 4 minutes or so. We'll come back to him right afterward. But let's bring him on now. His name is David, and he's from Missouri. And David, I hope you're online. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, hey, Jeff. I love you so much, dude. But only my mother called me David, and she's passed. Please call me Dave.
Dave. You got it, Dave. You bet. You got it.
Yeah,
Thank you for the kind words.
Coming to you from Branson, Missouri.
Yeah.
Love your show, dude. I mean, can't even tell you. And you introduced me to Bob and to C60, which has really rejuvenated my wife's life in a way that 2 weeks ago, Jeff, I don't know how to set this out right, really. I mean, I'm an old school guy like you. I mean, I've done a lot in my life. I've seen a lot of things. I have made enemies. I have paid prices for the fights that I've fought. I've thought that I was trying to serve a higher purpose when sometimes I wondered if I wasn't insane, when it all shook out. But what I know is that life, love, energy, hope, healing, happiness. Now, everything that you deal with every day is all about, dude, you are such a great resource. The work you're doing, you are the hands of the Lord, Jeff Rense. What you do to expose the darkness, because only when you can really see the depths of it can you find a way up, And so you're the hope of humanity. And what Bob has done with this C60 thing, and because I know what this is about, and I want to stay on task because I'm a businessman, and I really want to promote Bob's product. I believe in it, but dude, I believe in your product just as much, or maybe even more. And that's what I really needed to say to you, Mr. Rense, is that what you are doing, what Todd does, the work that you guys do every day to expose the truth, to bring light in this darkness, to offer some hope. And that's what Bob's doing. And by you promoting Bob, man, I mean, I don't know, are you inspired? I mean, are you from Earth, Jeff? I don't even know. I mean, I haven't met you personally. Really? I don't know. I mean, this is an inspired thing. And I'm not a geek. I'm a hillbilly, right? I'm a businessman. I mean, I'm not even going to get into. You and I could have a great conversation, Jeff, because I've done a lot of. I'm sure we could. Yes, sir, we could. I'm not going to go there. I do want to say to people, please buy American. Please love your family, love your neighbor, treat your friend as you would want to be treated. You're Golden rule. Don't make enemies.
Golden rule, Dave. Yes,
do
golden
it, man.
rule.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, Jeff, somebody told me that you were an atheist. Is it too much for me to go far enough to say Jesus loves you? Can I say that to you, Jeff Rense?
Sure you can. I'd be very honored. Thank you. And I hope that's the case. I am not an atheist. That is not true. I am just not organized and signed on with any specific thought process called an organized religion, but I certainly believe in a higher power.
You're running on the rail, though, man. I mean, what you do, you were running on the rail. I guess you're going to get to know this later. And, I've seen this in life, too. Sometimes we have to fight fights that we take a lot of flack for. I mean, I thought, never mind. I'm not going to get into all of it. You and I have actually met at a previous point. You know my story, but I don't want to get into all that at this point. I'm trying to keep this on C60, which is beautiful. But I mean, sometimes you get on the rail and you're running so hard, you don't really feel all of the impact until later, and then you can step back and look, and that's going to be you, Mr. Rense. You're going to realize how important you are after the fact because you still stand for liberty. You will fight. You'll pay the price. You'll pass this commercial to tell people about liberty and hope and love and about C60, which, okay, this is why Bob is mad at me right now because I got off on a tangent. My wife. You
did not, Dave. You're just speaking your truth, and you're speaking on behalf of a lot of people out there who feel the same way you do, and that's, I think, a pretty darn wonderful thing to do and hear. This whole issue of Carbon-60, it's one of those products that has stepped into countless lives already and made them better. It's not mumbo jumbo. You could call it a gift from God.
It's not,
if you want.
And I'm not a geek like Bob. Bob is such a great geek. He's become such a great friend, man. I've got all of my family on this. So my uncle, he has like he's actually had 3 knee transplants. Can you imagine having a knee transplant, Jeff?
No.
Metal and all this, and then winter time comes, and I get him this stuff. Well, Bob sends us. I mean, we do Bob sample this $10 deal. People, you got to do this, and he like puts a couple squirts on his knee. Well, this thing, I mean, this is like a rusty contraption, in the winter time here in the ocean. It was a rough winter, and. And he gets up and he kind of moves around. I couldn't get him to dance, but he felt better. His COPD is under control. My aunt, Alzheimer's, dude, just the awful stuff. It's
Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's.
Now, are you going to tell me that this has made a difference in Alzheimer's?
I am going to tell you that. Now, listen. This is how much Bob believes in his product, Mr. Rense, is that he brought me on 2 weeks into this, and I am the biggest skeptic, maybe one of the worst. You've got to sell me because I'm a salesman.
Right.
And Bob didn't do that. Bob delivered a product to me that I can tell you, sir, and I can tell your audience, who I dearly love because I'm one of, man. I mean, I sleep to you every night, Jeff. I mean, you're if you had Playboy ears, I'd marry you. I don't know. I mean, that might be that good.
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know how it was meant, but anyway.
Hey, listen, let me go back to this if I might. First of all, we've got a knee. Okay, and that's direct application as much probably I'm going to guess. Now these are knee transplants.
Rubbed it on his knee.
Okay. And that's helped. All right. Now you went from
immediately. No,
yes.
and it was immediate, just like Bob says. Bob is not lying. When Bob tells you that this stuff works on contact, and it just takes 5 drops. I have never seen, okay, so listen, I'm just going to be brutally honest. I am a marketer from hell. I have never, ever seen a businessman selling a product say, no, don't do 15 drops a day. You're wasting it. 15 drops, okay? I mean, get that. I mean, what kind of marketer? If you're selling stuff, right? I mean, you want to sell bulk. Yeah. No, Bob says, no, don't give her that. I'm talking about my wife now. I haven't got there. And I might not, because I know you're pressed for time, and I'm pressing you. But
that's all right. What's amazing to me.
We're old friends. I know.
Dave,
you remember me from the Hillary and Walmart days, but I'm not going to talk about that, and I hope you don't either.
All right, hold on.
We've fought a lot of fights, Mr. Rense. Yes,
I'm sure. From a knee to COPD in one body. And now we're talking about if there's some observable improvement, from an Alzheimer's case?
So now, Jeff, as I said, Bob is so confident in his product that he has kind of rushed this bus because he only gave us 2 weeks. Immediately, I got my entire family on it because I was sold when I talked to Bob. Bob and I became instant friends, and I was sold. And so I bought it for everybody. I mean, I convinced everybody, and we went after every family ailment, the people in the club. Well, my wife happens to have gotten primary biliary cholangitis, which is like 1 in 100,000 people get. And what it ultimately means in every case is that you've got to have a liver transplant. And dude, I'm not talking about somebody that's not. I'm talking about my wife. This is the most precious, beautiful dude. Jeff, you may have even seen my wife. This is Amy. This is the cat lady of Texas County. This is the queen of the damn world. This is the most beautiful human being who ever lived. And she's got this disease. And she instantly just started failing. It was horrible. They got down to 90. They pumped 35 liters of bile. Dude, I never heard of such a thing.
35 liters of bile out of her?
Out of Amy.
So her liver was failing, and the bile was building up in her abdominal cavity.
The bile ducts failed. All of it. Yes. Yeah.
35 liters? Wow. That's huge.
Imagine. 16 2-liter bottles. I mean, I try to describe it to people, and I can't even really, bile.
Okay. All right. Now you put her on. Let's go. Let's get to this. All right. The bile was removed, and then you got her on the C60 after that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happened?
So she was.
Tell me
she was
tell
gray.
me what
she
happened.
was ashy. Now her color is back. I'm sorry. I should have gotten to it quicker. But I wanted people to realize the depths because this is really it's an organic thing, and that's the wrong word. Bob is the best one to explain it. It's a cellular thing, and Jeff, you can work on this later better than I can. It's a cellular. It gets you, and this is the way I finally understood it. When your organs are failing, well, your cells in your organs are failing, and the reason they fail is because that electron, that spark of energy in your cell, well, it dies.
Not
what
there.
this C60 does, what carbon does, is refire that little engine in the cell, and it already knows what to do, and it's going to go back to work being what it's supposed to be. And you can correct me later if I'm wrong, Jeff. I'm just trying to say this in the way I understand it. And that's what it's done for Amy. And so she put on 20 pounds in the last 2 weeks. Her color is great. Her attitude is wonderful. By the way, please, everybody, come to Branson, Missouri. You don't have to wear your mask. The party is on. Come on, I got a beautiful lake. I've got a great entertainment section. I'm going to throw down for you. Please come to Branson, Missouri.
This is great. This is a wonderful
story. How about that, Jeff? You love it?
It's a great story. And you say hi to Amy for all of us. This is really
absolutely.
important.
Absolutely. Hey, let's pray for the future of the country. Let's pray for our leadership. Pray that people will wake up. They're in that damn checkout line, Jeff. I still can't stand it. They're running from church to the Slave Mart checkout line. It just breaks my heart. I don't know what to do to wake people up. And I know you're doing everything you can, but we're paying for our own demise. You get what you pay for. You carry money to Slave Mart to buy Chinese-made, slave-made junk that falls apart in the bag in the car.
That's right.
You're going to get what you pay for, Jeff.
That's right. And there's a moral
aspect to that. We've got to let each other go on this one,
Yeah, there's a moral aspect to it, a big moral aspect to it as well. Buy American, no doubt. You've got to.
You've got
Dave,
to do it.
Wrap this up for me. Give me a little wrap up, and I'm so happy to hear this about Amy. She was on a liver transplant list. She was on the way out.
You know Amy. I mean, she was a West Coast girl. We've been around a minute. So this girl is a beautiful creation of the Most High God, Jeff, who loves you, who loves me, who loves every listener out there. And he wants hope and life and love and longevity. And what this C60 does, check this out, Jeff, top this one. What this C60 does is it recreates your youth and gives you the energy and every vigor that you ever knew to conquer, reconquer, rediscover. Okay, now I lost it. Now you got me, Jeff. Go ahead. That's the best I can do. I love it, though.
Well, I'm going to go take another another eyedropper full after the program here. You got me just fired up here. I take it every day, and I'm
Jeff, I want to get to know you on a more personal level because I got a conversation to have with you on the side, really. My name is David Klotz. You can check me out. I mean, I wrote Slave Lords, Hillary and Walmart Can Save Communism, or Save Communism. I am Walmart public enemy number one. It's a bad thing here in the Ozarks to be such a thing.
It's a bad place. I couldn't agree more.
Well, it's not, Jeff. It's not. I mean, God made this place.
What's in it is you named it.
No, you got to be
slave
obstinate,
labor.
I think.
What's in it comes from a lot of suffering. Not all of it. But you got to be careful.
I'm talking about the Ozarks. I don't want to give the Ozarks to the Waldens and their clan. I don't want to give the Ozarks, which is such a beautiful place that God has made, over to the enemies of all humanity. I don't want to do that. And that's what I'm fighting for. And I would like to have a conversation with you about that on the side because, really, this is a beautiful place, man. And
well, I've heard very good things about it. Dean Henderson used to live there, and I know. I got it. Listen, I have to say goodbye for the moment. Thank you so much for the kind words and the testimonial. And you give Amy a hug for me and everybody else out there. This is a great story.
I'm going to do it. I love you, Jeff Rense. Hi, Tom.
Thank you, sir. All right. Bye. Thank you, Dave. Bye. Thanks very much.
Peace out.
All right. Well, Ozarks. Whew. It's amazing to hear these stories on the list for a liver transplant. And it's okay. There you go. You make up your own minds on this, but we put the material right in front. Jeffrey is standing by from California. Jeffrey, how goes it out there? How are you doing?
Well, Jeff, it won't be hard to remember your name for sure.
No, hope not. You're gonna have a new governor out there. It looks like, huh?
Sure. Hope we get John Cox.
No, Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner has announced
I don't want
for
that
governor.
Person.
No,
I don't want that person.
What a clown show! Good God!
You know what? I had that Wheaties box. I got rid of it. I gave it to somebody.
Who?
I saved that Wheaties box. I saved his Wheaties box from the 70s.
Really?
Yeah, I got rid of it.
No, Bruce Jenner, in his day, was a heck of an athlete.
I know. I saved his Wheaties box. So for when I was a kid.
Now, he used to be, for those of you who don't know, Bruce Jenner used to be on the cover of Wheaties, the cereal, on the Wheaties box. And that's what Jeffrey's talking about here. Well, no, it's now Caitlyn, and he's filed for governor of California. So you got Caitlyn
I'm
Jenner.
I'm definitely not voting for him.
No, whatever. All right, tell us your story about Carbon-60.
Yeah, I don't think I can match David's enthusiasm, but
everybody's got a story. Everyone's got a way to tell it. You go ahead.
It's a little somber for me today. I had one of my dogs passed away in my arms today. So.
Oh no! I'm sorry. I lost
mine. It's the second one in a month. We lost one earlier in the month.
I lost mine in November, and I've never had a better friend. Never will. So
yeah, I know.
I hear you.
My one I lost a month ago, she was, she slept with me. I chihuahuas, both of them. But yeah, I understand you. I
have my
totally
condolences.
Understand.
Seriously.
But I told Bob I'd do this today, so I'm keeping my word, because at the end of the day, that's all you own is your word.
Well, I appreciate that very, very much. Okay, your mom had a kidney removed. She was from the hard years. Tell us the story.
The depression babies, the grapes of wrath children.
Yes.
Yeah, just a hard living. She ate a lot of fried foods, and fried potatoes were like oxygen to her. And she just had a hard life, and she lost a kidney. So I don't know if it's genetic in my family or if it was just her hard life of doing it. But I didn't want that to happen to me. I was already using a Carbon-60 product before I found Bob's. Yes, the purple one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I was using it at a large quantity, 8 ounces a month for 5 months.
That's a lot.
And yes, and I was. My doctor sent me to a nephrologist. It's a kidney doctor, and my test came back, and I was down to 18% kidney function, filtration. And he said, if you don't do something quick, you're going to end up on dialysis. So,
wait, may I ask, Jeffrey, hold on. Let me ask for our listeners, what are the symptoms of failing kidney function? How did you feel? Now, they tested it and came back 18%. Okay, tell me more.
Sluggish. I felt unmotivated.
Okay.
I didn't really want to be sociable, and I'm a Gemini. I'm an extreme social butterfly. I always have been, always will be. But during that time, I just didn't want to be. I didn't want to be sociable at all. I just kind of checked out.
Wow. Okay. All right. People don't know. They don't know. You can still go to the bathroom and think your kidneys are fine, but the quality of filtration is not there. And so you begin to build up toxicity, and it can just ruin your life. It really can. I understand that. Okay.
Yeah,
so
those large doses of that other product.
Yeah.
The C60 portion of it
Uh-huh.
was phenomenal in that it gave me the energy right away and and to combat all the stuff that was happening with after a while I went into that depressive state.
Understand.
And but at the beginning it was marvelous. I enjoyed greater.
All right, I'm not knocking anybody here. No, I'm just bringing up an issue.
I'm not here to knock anybody. Yeah.
No, do you think, in retrospect, that the fact that other product and all of them, they use many cases solvents, and you got to get some of that in your intake of the Carbon-60 aspect of it. Do you think the solvents played a role in your not feeling well at all?
I'm not saying that product was bad.
No, we're not.
I'm not, and I can't prove that what my lifestyle at the time. Okay, I can't prove that what I was doing in my lifestyle was causing my problems with my kidneys, but I can't rule it out either.
Fairly said. Honestly said, fairly said. No arguments can be made about that.
Yeah,
okay. Go ahead.
Earlier when you were mentioning Erica Kahn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met her through a Facebook group that's now been archived. The C60 Anti-Aging Benefits Facebook group.
Right. Yeah.
I met her through there, and she gave me points to go look up stuff. Next to history, chemistry and biology were my favorite subjects in high school and college. So, so I've got the mind to go look for that stuff. And
she's a very kind, brilliant person, and that was a great connection for you. Good.
Oh, I love her to death. So she's honest and front right, however you want to say that word, forthright. That's it.
Yeah.
And she turned me on to a lot of stuff, and I even went deeper beyond that down the rabbit hole. So I've found out a lot of stuff about this thing called a human body and how it works.
I understand.
And how it doesn't work.
How did you get wind of Greska's Carbon-60? How did you stumble into it? How did you find it?
Through that
Facebook
page.
Uh-huh.
From that Facebook page. So that's Erica and Kate Hart and Tanya Swinney, the admin of that site.
Mm-hmm.
Through all of them. We all shared and we all researched together, and we have all our files posted there. It's all been archived now. So it's not an active group anymore, but you can still go there and read it.
Well, the data is probably very important to read. There's so many good things to read online, and this sounds like a good one. Okay, so you began using this. You put the other product aside. Was there a pause in between?
Oh, about maybe 10-day pause.
Okay.
I started using Bob's and within, I'd say 6 to 7 days, I had the healing crisis that everybody talks about.
Herxheimer's.
The thing they call Herxheimer's. Yes, I had that. Now, let me tell you, at the time, I was drinking probably 4 to 5 liters of water a day. That was just part of because I was trying to help the kidney thing out. And so I know it's not water weight that I lost, but I had a 21-day Herx moment, we'll call it. I lost 22 pounds.
Gee.
So I know it's not water weight because I was drinking a lot of water.
That's a lot of toxicity dumped. That's a lot of apparently.
I didn't know. I didn't know I had that much mucus in my body.
People don't. They have no idea. And if you have a diet which is plentiful in dairy products, you got a lot of mucus. If you stop dairy products, your teeth don't get cruddy. You don't have to get your teeth cleaned very often. They're white. They're not yellowed with bacteria. It's true. It's a lot of dairy. Mucus, people are drowning in mucus, and many people never figure it out. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's okay, sir. I had that problem, and I had a moment of, say, over a 9-month period, my kidney function, as I kept going back to the nephrologist and such, keep having my blood and urine taken. After about a 9-month period, I was back up to 47% on the filtration.
Well, that's similar to what we heard from Dave. I think he went from, what was it, 14 to 44 or 45?
Bob's dad.
Whatever. It's a similar recovery. Now, when you get up to 47%, you're doing fine. That's incredible.
It's like being normal.
Absolutely. And what did it? All right. The big question is,
we have 2 kidneys, so
yeah. Did you tell the nephrologist what you had changed?
Here's what he said to me. Both he and the eye doctor are a similar situation. We'll get to the eye doctor in a minute. He said, whatever you're doing, lifestyle and diet, keep doing it. I didn't tell him why. I didn't tell him what I was doing.
Uh-huh. Got it.
He said, just keep it up. And he looked at me with that little snide grin. Whatever you're doing, that's what he said. That's the way he said it. Whatever you're doing, keep it up.
Well, you can't say it any better than that. Keep it up. Okay, so what happened to the eyes? You had retina problems.
Yeah, I have a certain condition due to my high blood sugar.
Mm-hmm.
I have problems with my retinas were flaking off internally.
Gee.
I guess it's called macula. That's the word.
Macular degeneration. Yeah.
Yeah, it was getting to where I could see light out the right eye, but not really be able to focus. And so during that period of after going on Bob's product, my retina's healed. The eye doctor was amazed. It was over like a 4-month period. My retina's healed.
So the macular degeneration stopped over a 4-month period. That's wow.
And I put 2 drops in my eyes every night before I went to bed.
I was going to ask you that next. So you direct applied it. It's perfectly safe. You put 2 drops in each eye.
It's just sunflower oil.
Yeah, that's all it is. 2 drops in each eye, what, once a day?
At bedtime.
2 drops at bedtime. Okay.
And, over about a 4-month period, the doctor is amazed.
Well, I'm amazed.
And, he just looked at you. He just looked at me. Like what the heck are you doing? Kind of thing. I didn't tell him either.
Oh,
I don't think it's time to share with the medical people.
I understand.
It's not the time to share.
No, unfortunately. This is all about balancing everything out, and somehow this Carbon-60 that Bob has brought to all of us allows us to bring new equilibrium into our lives, I think, physiologically, and that, of course, is connected to everything else. It's a very interesting story.
One of the words I learned from Erica is homeostasis.
There you go.
Yeah, where everything in your body is supposed to work right, as it should,
Yep.
And from that point on, you can get out of your body's way and let it heal you.
Really a wonderful story. Very good. Have you told, we've got just about 30 seconds, have you told many people about this? Have you tried to share it with them?
Yeah, I have tried to share it with others, but most of the time I get a deaf ear, a blind eye to it kind of thing.
It's sad. It's very sad. It's very frustrating and depressing because it's going to help them. And I go back to what I said. It's going to help you whether you want it to or not. Is it going to specifically do something for you? I couldn't say that. But there are so many things that the C60 does. Greska's got it, and there's no doubt. Thank you, Jeffrey, very much for sharing that. And I'm really with you. I'm very sorry about you losing your friend, both of them. And
it's okay.
All right. You take care of yourself. Thank you.
All right, sir. Goodbye.
Okay. Good night.